Good morning, students. This is 12th standard botany video class, video 7. In this video, we are going to continue the same lesson, classical genetics. In the previous video class, we have seen what is the law of independent assortment, how the gene characters or genetical characters which are expressed independently with the different contrasting character, then how they are forming the newly formed genetical recombination variety which leads to evolutionary sequence. So that is said to be the law of independent assortment. This law is proved by the crosses, dihybrid cross. In this cross, Mendel has chosen two different pair of contrasting character with the two different parent. One of them acts as a male, another one is the female. The two different characters are round yellow cotyledon and wrinkled green cotyledon. Round yellow is the dominant one. Wrinkled green is the recessive one. Both of them which are having pair of contrasting character, that is round, having the pair of allele, capital R, capital R. Yellow, having the pair of allele, capital Y, capital Y. So this is the dominant parent. Crossed with the wrinkled, having the pair of allele, small r, green with the small y. That is the recessive parent with the different alleles, that is pair of alleles, crossed together. They are producing haploid gametes in the F1 generation. That is capital R, capital Y, small y. So the gamete was produced in the F1 generation is capital R, capital Y into small r, small y. They are crossed together, producing F1 generation, capital R, capital Y, small y. All are said to be round yellow cotyledon. They are selfing and they are producing different genetical variability in the ratio of 9:3:3:1. So the F1 generation which are crossed together, they are producing 4 different gametes with a newly formed recombination. They are also crossed together and forming the F2 generation with 16 gametes. Out of the 16, 9 are yellow rounded. How we can able to identify the gametes with a capital R or capital YY or capital R with capital YY irunduchuna, that is said to be yellow round, which is 9 in number out of 16. Then yellow wrinkled, that is capital YY with a small RR is denoted as an yellow wrinkled. It is 3 in number out of 16. Another one green round, that means small YY with a capital R is named as green round. This is also 3 out of 16. And green linked, only one, that is small RR, small YY is the one of the parental character. So out of this ratio, 9:3:3:1, 9 are round yellow parental character and only one is the wrinkled green recessive parent character. Remaining the 3:3 is the recombinant variability which are producing in the dihybrid cross, proving the law of independent assortments, and also it shows the evolutionary sequence. So after this only we have seen in the previous video class. Today we are going to see how the pea plant which are producing round yellow seed and also wrinkled green cotyledon with a molecular explanation, and also we are going to see dihybrid test cross and gene interaction. Dear students, this is the molecular explanation of the pea plant, how it's showing the wrinkled seeds or a cotyledon. Dear students, a protein called starch branching enzyme, SBEI, starch branching enzyme, is encoded by the wild type of allele of the gene which is dominant, capital R, capital R. So, a protein, a special protein which are encoding the starch branching enzyme which is encoded the wild type variety of the gene, that is dominant allele, capital RR. When the seeds are matured, the SBI, that is starch branching enzyme, which produce the highly branched starch molecules. At the time, the normal gene R is interrupted by extra piece of DNA, that is 0.8 kilobyte of DNA, which are insertion into the normal gene R, resulting in recessive R allele. So the homozygous mutant form of the gene which is recessive, that is small r. Normally, the pea plant which are having the wild type of gene is capital R, capital R. So this capital R gene is encoded by the enzyme is starch branching enzyme, that is SBEI. When the normal gene R is interrupted by the insertion of extra piece of DNA 0.8 kb into the gene, resulting the recessive gene R. So the homozygous mutant form of gene is produced, that is recessive. So these recessive genes are formed inner side of the pea plant. The SBI, that is starch branching enzyme, is unable to encode the normal wild type gene, that is capital RR. So that the seeds are wrinkled. So the wrinkled seeds accumulates more amount of sucrose and high water content. The osmotic pressure is taken place inside the seed, increases. So the seed absorbs more water. When it is matures, it loses the water as it dries. So what will happen? The normal shape of the seed, which is modified into wrinkled once it is attained a maturation. So when the seed has at least one copy of the normal dominant gene heterozygous, the dominant alleles, which helps to synthesize the starch, amyloplectin and insoluble carbohydrate with osmotic balance, which minimize the loss of water, resulting smooth structured round seed. But due to the interruption of 0.8 kb DNA piece, which makes the gene to produce recessive allele, that is small r, then they are doubled with a homozygous condition due to mutation. What will happen? They are unable to activate the starch branching enzyme, which does not encode the dominant allele R. So they stop producing starch content. So large amount of sucrose and water contents are stored inside the seeds. When the seed matures, the water oozes outside and dries. What will happen? The shape of the seed is automatically modified into a wrinkle. But if the seed which contains any one of the dominant gene, that is capital R, it has the capacity to produce starch, carbohydrate and amylopectin with osmotic balance, which minimize the loss of water. So the shape is retain their original shape, that is rounded shape. So due to the loss of water and also unable to produce the starch, amylopectin and the carbohydrate, insoluble carbohydrate, the shape of the seed is wrinkled. That is said to be the molecular explanation of how pea plant which are producing the wrinkled seed. Dear students, this is the diagrammatic representation of the pea plant, how they are producing the wrinkled seed. See, first one, this is the wild type of dominant normal gene, that is round peas, capital R, capital R. Under wrinkled peas, what is that one? Small r, small r. See the diagrammatic representation. The dominant allele capital R has the active enzyme, starch branching enzyme 1. Second one, here the SBE1 which has the capacity to produce the starch and amylose, that is linear unbranched, which is modified into branched starch amylopectin. So they are round peas. So it has the capacity to produce starch and amylopectin, and also they have the balance of osmotic process. So they are produced round peas. Another one, recessive allele, small rr. It also contains the SBE1, but it is inactive. They are unable to produce the starch content and amylopectin. See the explanation. Having linear unbranched starch amylose, but no conversion into starch and amylopectin. So that what will happen? Wrinkled peas. So that is said to be the molecular explanation of wrinkled peas which are produced in the pea plant. Dear students, I hope you have all understood what is the law of independent assortment, how dihybrid ratio which are proving the law of independent assortment, and also the molecular explanation of wrinkled peas. Next we are going to see the dihybrid test cross. Dear students, we are also seen monohybrid test cross with homozygous and heterozygous. The homozygous which are showing the gametes all are heterozygous tall plant, but the heterozygous tall test cross proving 1:1 ratio, that is one homozygous dwarf plant and heterozygous tall plant. Likewise, we are going to see how dihybrid ratio which are proving the test cross. The ratio of the test cross is normally 1:1. Dear students, the F1 hybrid, what is that one? Round yellow piece of dihybrid cross is crossed with homozygous double recessive genotype. What is the homozygous? Same இருக்கும். Double recessive means what then உங்களுக்கு? Small rr small yy, that is wrinkled green piece. The dihybrid cross is also showing the ratio 1:1:1:1. See the cross. Heterozygous round piece in F1 generation, yellow cotyledon, is crossed with the homozygous wrinkled piece, that is green cotyledon. The genotype are capital R, small r, capital Y, which we get it in the F1 generation. So this is the parent, recessive parent genotype, small rr, small yy. They are producing 4 different gametes, that is capital R is multiplied with the capital Y and small y. So capital RY, capital R, small y. Then small r is crossed with the capital Y and small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. Likewise, here also they are crossed, but here the same alleles are present here. So we are getting only RY and RY. So both of them crossed together, we are getting the ratio is 1:1:1:1. That is round yellow 1, round green 1, wrinkled yellow and wrinkled green. So equally they are producing the gametes with all the characteristic feature, that is one parental character is dominant, the other parental character, the last one is the parental character, recessive parental character. But at the middle we are having 2 different recombination. Round green is the recombinant one, wrinkled yellow is also recombinant one. Thus the dihybrid test cross, which are proving the heterozygosity and homozygosity of the gametes, and also newly formed recombinant character is also expressed in the dihybrid test cross. Dear students, up to this we have seen monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross, and trihybrid cross is also there, but it's not given in your textbook. So these are all the 3 crosses which was proposed by Mendel, and also they are producing the different phenotypic ratio. So the more complex pattern of inheritance are the extensions of Mendelian genetics. So these are the example where phenotype of the organism is the result of the interaction among the genes. So with the help of the monohybrid and dihybrid and trihybrid cross, Mendel has proved the gametes which are expressing in a different form with a different characteristic feature. So this different characteristic feature of a phenotypic organism which result the interaction between the genes. That means how genes which are interact with the same chromosome of the genes or different chromosome of the genes. That is said to be gene interaction. So the important 2-mark question, what is gene interaction? A single phenotypic character, that is external character, controlled by more than one genes, more than one set of gene. Each of the gene which are having the pair of allele or more allele. That is gene interaction. So before crosses, we have proved that a gene with a pair of allele only which are controlling the characteristic feature of an organism. Isn't it? But the another genetical variation is also proved. The phenotypic character of an organism is controlled by more than one set of genes. இப்போ ஒரே ஒரு ஜீன் மட்டும் கிடையாது, அதுக்கு மேலே different gene is also controlling the external character with pair of allele. 2 மட்டும் இருக்கலாம், or more than 2 alleles. This phenomenon is called a gene interaction. That is the answer. A single phenotypic ratio is controlled by more than one set of genes with a pair of allele or 2 allele or more than 2 alleles. ரெண்டு இருக்கலாம் இல்லை ரெண்டுக்கு மேலே இருக்கலாம் ஆனால் எத்தனை ஜீன்ஸ் more than one set of genes. That reaction or interaction is called a gene interaction. So this gene interaction which are showing the structure and chemical nature of the phenotype of an organism results interaction between 2 or more genes. So that is the advantage of gene interaction. So the phenotypic characters which are showing different structural variation, chemical variation due to the result of interaction between 2 or more genes. Dear students, this is the flow chart which are showing the different types of gene interaction. This is also important 3-mark question. First one, intra-locus interaction, interlocus interaction. So that's why I told you the gene interaction is taken place within the same chromosome of a gene. Abina, intra-locus interaction. What is locus? Locus is a place where the genes are located. Okay, so the intralocus means the interaction taken place within the chromosome of the gene. Interlocus means the interaction is taken place different chromosomes of the gene. That's why they given the simple definition, allelic interaction. For example, the individual chromosome having the gene with a pair of alleles. So between the pair of alleles, they are having the interaction means that is intralocus. அதுக்குள்ளரே நடக்குது. ஒரே குரோமோசோம்குள்ள இருக்கக்கூடிய ஜீனுக்குள்ள interaction நடக்குது. But 2 different chromosome, ரெண்டு different chromosomeக்குள்ள ஜீனுக்குள்ள interaction நடந்தா interlocus interaction or non-allelic interaction. அப்போ ஒரு குரோமோசோமுக்கு இன்னொரு குரோமோசோமில் இருக்கிற அல்லீல் என்னவா இருக்க முடியும் உங்களுக்கு? சிஸ்டர் அல்லீல் அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம், நான் அல்லீல் அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். ஓகேயா? That is said to be non-allelic interaction. So this non-allelic interaction is again divided into 2 interaction. One is the epistatic or non-epistatic interaction. Another one additive or polygenic interaction. When you are coming to the allelic interaction or intralocus interaction is divided into different forms: dominant relationship, lethal gene and multiple alleles. In dominant relationship we are having complete dominance. Example, tall and dwarf pea plant. Incomplete dominance, co-dominance and over-dominance are the different types of dominant relationship of intralocus interaction. Another one, lethal genes. Lethal means a gene which cause death in the organism. இந்த lethal gene ஒரு ஆர்கானிசத்தில் இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா அந்த ஆர்கானிசம் இறந்து போயிடும். That is said to be lethal gene. This is also divided into different types: dominant lethal, recessive lethal, conditional lethal, sex-linked lethal and balanced lethal. The last one is the multiple alleles. So these are all the different types of gene interaction. Is the important 3-mark question. Dear students, Mendel's experiment proved that the single gene only controls the one character. But in the post-Mendelian findings are noticed that the different interaction between the genes is also possible. So that gene interaction concept was introduced by the scientist W. Bateson. It's an important one mark question. Gene interaction was introduced by the scientist W. Bateson. This factor of Bateson is otherwise known as factor hypothesis or Bateson factor hypothesis. He proved that the single phenotypic character or external character is controlled by two or more genes with two alleles or more alleles. That is said to be gene interaction. That hypothesis is named as factor hypothesis or Bateson factor hypothesis. So based on the gene interaction, Bateson classified into two types of interaction. That is, we have seen in the previous flowchart, intragenic gene interaction or allelic interaction. Another one, intergenic gene interaction or non-allelic interaction. Dear students, first we are going to see the intragenic gene interaction. Dear students, the interaction taken place between the alleles of the same gene. Underline the word alleles of that same gene. So the individual gene which are having pair of alleles, isn't it? So the interaction is taken place between the pair of alleles which is present in the single gene or same gene. It's named as intragenic gene interaction. That is, alleles at the same locus is called intragenic or intralocus gene interaction. It's an important 2 mark question. What is intragenic interaction? The interaction taken place between the alleles of the same gene is called intragenic. Intra abhinale same abhin artham. Inter abhina different. So the interaction between the gene of alleles is taken place in the same gene, means that is intragenic gene interaction. It is divided into different types: incomplete dominance, codominance, multiple alleles, pleiotropic genes are the best example of intragenic interaction. Dear students, this is the 4 o'clock plant named Mirabilis jalapa. So this plant only which are producing different colors or intermediate colors due to the gene interaction, that is said to be incomplete dominance. Dear students, see the different colors of the Mirabilis jalapa: yellow color, white color, red color and also purple color, and also light pink color is also there. So these are all the different colors of the Mirabilis jalapa which is produced due to incomplete dominance. What is the incomplete dominance? The the parental dominant character is not expressed fully in the F1 generation. The parental dominant character is not expressed evenly in the F1 generation. So some part of a characters are not expressed in the F1 generation. That is said to be incomplete dominance. The dominant gene unable to dominate over the other allele of an same gene. That type of interaction is called incomplete dominance. Dear students, the F1 hybrid is the intermediate phenotypic pink color flower is crossed with other pink color intermediate flower. We are getting both parental character as well as the intermediate character at the end of the incomplete dominance, which is denoted as 1:2:1 is the ratio of incomplete dominance. Is the important 1 mark question. What is the incomplete dominant ratio? 1:2:1. One red color dominant, one white color recessive, and two pink color intermediate stage. That is the phenotypic ratio. When you are coming to the genotypic ratio, red color, what is the genotypic ratio? R1. Then intermediate R1 and R2, which is 2 in number. Then R2 is the white color. Here students, Bateson conclude that the alleles themselves remain discrete and unaltered, proving the Mendel's law of segregation. That is, each and every characteristic feature of an allele which is segregated in the next generation, and once again they are joined together to form a different phenotypic and genotypic ratios. Here there is no blending of genes is taken place, so that the F2 generation R1 and R2 are segregated independently and recombined or joined together to form a different colors of a flower. That is, pink color is the intermediate, one of them dominant parent, that is red color, another one is the recessive parent, that is white color, in the ratio 1:2:1. So how the intermediate color is produced? The R1 allele encodes the enzyme responsible for red color, and the R2 allele which encodes the enzyme which is white in color. When the both red pigment, that is red and white pigment, join together, R1 and R2, which are forming the pink color. That is the conclusion of Bateson, and also he proved that 2 R1 is needed for producing red flowers, 2 R2 and R2 is needed for white color flowers, and R1 and R2 which are joined together to produce the pink color flowers. So that it is very clear that Mendel's particulate inheritance, particulate means factors, inheritance taken place in the cross, which is confirmed by the reappearance of the original phenotype in the F2 generation. F1 la original varla abdinalum, all the original characters which is expressed in the F2 and F3 generation. That is the phenomenon which was proved by Mendel in the previous years. That Mendel concept is also nowadays proved by other scientists named Bateson. That interaction is named as incomplete dominance. Dear students, see the diagrammatic representation of incomplete dominance. The red color flower which is dominant R1 and R1, white color flower which is recessive R2 and R2. These two are the parental generation. They are individually expressing their character with alleles, that is R1 and R2 is the F1 generation. Intermediate phenotype with a pink color flower and also heterozygous. It's once again selfed and they are producing different gametes in the F2 generation. That is R1 and R1 is the dominant parental character, that is red color. R2 and R2 recessive parental character with the white color flower. Then two different alleles are joined together, R1 and R2, which forms the pink color flower. Another R1 and R2 are joined together to form a pink color flower. So this is said to be the F2 generation in the phenotypic ratio 1:2:1. The genotypic ratio is R1 red color, R2 white color, R1 R2 intermediate pink color heterozygous. So both red color and white color are homozygous, but R1, R2 intermediate is the heterozygous. That is also possible. That is said to be law of segregation, monohybrid cross, which are proving the homozygosity as well as what is that உங்களுக்கு heterozygosity அப்படின்னு நம்ம பார்த்தோம் இல்லையா. So here this 1:2:1 which are proving the incomplete dominance, and also there is no blending of genes is taken place. எதுவும் மறைக்கப்படல, எந்த கேரக்டரும் suppress ஆகல, blending. All the characters is equally expressed in the F1 and F2 generation. That is said to be incomplete dominance in 4 o'clock plant, that is Mirabilis jalaba. So dear students, I hope you all understood what is gene interaction, what are all the different types of gene interaction. So intragenic gene interaction types also we have seen. One of the intragenic gene interaction is incomplete dominance, was proposed by Carl Correns in the year 1905 in 4 o'clock plant named as Mirabilis jalaba. The ratio of the incomplete dominance 1:2:1. One of them dominant parent, another one is the recessive parent. The middle two which are showing the intermediate heterozygosity, newly formed gene combination or variation is produced by the incomplete dominance. Dear students, up to this I conclude my video. Remaining we will see in the next video class. God bless you. All the best children.